I've got like a million different questions and like go in so many different directions. And I'm thinking of me and thinking about my clients and thinking about me as a mum. And
Yeah.
if someone was watching and say it was like has a difficulty with anxiety, for instance, is there anything that they could do that you could show us, or would it
Mhm.
need to be performed first? Is there anything that you could show?
Yeah, it's a really difficult one. I will show you something which literally can help anybody with anxiety. We have some reflex, but what I was going to follow on from that was the specifics of the movement. Really, you have to have an assessment and then see what needs to be done. But I'll definitely show you a hand massage because that is
Oh,
good for
nice.
anybody. Our hand reflexes, we know exactly what you mentioned that the baby grips on. So if those hand reflexes are not integrated, that can have further implications down the line. So we don't want a child to be gripping on like that. We want a child to be able to let go. Actually, the hand reflexes link a lot to speech as well. So
Oh,
if difficulties with speech, it can be to do with the hand reflexes. But whether your hand reflexes are integrated or not, a hand massage is fabulous. And I love getting, if I work with children, getting them to do this on their parents and then the parent do it on them, because that makes a lovely bonding kind of moment for them. So the hand massage, you can do it on yourself as well. So and this can be done really discreetly under the table. You kind of go to the middle of your hand, and everything around the hand massage is kind of in sevens. It's been shown that when we do something 7 times on our body, it gives our brain enough time to process it. So, what we're doing when we're touching our hand is we're actually saying, brain, here's my hand, feel this. And if we do it 7 times, that gives the brain enough time. So, you start with the middle part there, and then you go to your middle finger and you kind of pull off your middle finger 7 times with quite a firm pull. Now I've lost count. I think that was 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you go back to this little muscle here at the base of your thumb and kind of just give that a really good deep massage and make it as comfortable for you. Remember, nothing that feels uncomfortable is good for you. So make it feel lovely. And, some people might like deeper pressure than others. I think that's about 7. And then we go back to the middle of our hand and we go back to our middle finger and do it once. Then we go to our ring finger and do that once. Then our pinky finger, do it once, pointer once, and thumb once. And then just come back and massage in the middle of your hand again. That's something, what did it take? Literally a minute, minute and a half, which we know we are giving our brain some feedback. We are also calming our nervous system. We're sending lovely messages. We've got lots of receptors in our hand. We know that there's lots and lots of things going on and messages going from our hand. So when we can give that message, it's going to help us to just feel that little bit calmer. And even better if you can do it with somebody else, because then you're getting that bonding with them at the same time. So
thank
that
you.
is one of the movements. The other movements are really, there's something called straight leg rocking, where you literally have the person lying flat on the floor on their back, and you've got hold of their feet, and you are literally moving their body up and down. And the movement goes all the way through their body, and it gives them that, they get that rhythmic, repetitive kind of feeling, but at the same time, it's creating those patterns, and it's connecting the brain and the body and just helping the brain to know where the body is and how that feels. And when you do that as well, you're massaging the base of the spine. So you're working on that spinal gland reflex as well. So yeah, it's the idea with the rhythmic movement is simple, enjoyable, and rhythmical. Lovely. And I think there's a lot that we can learn from it as well. We don't have to do the exact movements, but if you're feeling anxious and you can kind of, give yourself maybe like a hug like this, and that may lead into a little bit of rocking. And that is comforting for our body. If you do tapping, I've done a little bit of EFT as well. Tapping, this is a really good point just beneath our collarbones. So tapping rhythmically on our body, if you do two sides or one side or both together, it doesn't matter. But just tapping there, yes, you've got an acupressure point there. But what you're also doing is you're giving your body signals of safety. You are doing that rhythm. It's predictable. It's the same rhythm. You're not doing fast and slow. You're doing it in the same rhythm. Be that really slowly and lightly, or if you really need it really much with much more strength, you are giving your body something predictable. What it also does, because you talked about it earlier, it brings you out of your head into your body, doesn't it? And it just gives you a break sometimes from those racing thoughts or that story that's playing on a loop about something negative. It just brings you into the present moment. And that's beneficial, whether it's for 30 seconds or for an hour, it doesn't matter. It's getting into your body and sending those messages through your body.
So really, really quick, really, really simple, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, whatever, and
Yeah,
it helps. And
absolutely.
yet, so many people will struggle to find or make that even a minute of time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
how I'm really interested in the minute at the minute in habit formation. How do we so because whenever I watch someone or talk to someone, I kind of go, oh, that would be great.
yeah.
I'll incorporate that into my routine. I'll do it every morning, and then I don't do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're talking to an ADHD here who finds
Oh, yes.
exactly the same difficulties. Yeah,
So
it's always that consistency, isn't it?
how do we make something consistent, in your opinion?
I have tried lots of different things, having had those struggles. I always come back to I've kind of read James Clear's book and other books, BJ Fogg about tiny habits, and it comes back to me um, making it small, making it so small that it feels too small, so small that you just literally cannot fail at it, and just making a start. So if you say to yourself, okay, let's say you're going to do an EFT routine, it doesn't have to be the whole routine on the first day. It just could be tapping on the collarbones and then feeling the benefit of that and linking that emotionally somehow, that it's not just something I'm ticking off my list. That really made me feel good. Gosh, I could feel my body settling. Okay, now my body's gone. I like that. I'm willing to do it again because it's almost always getting rid of that barrier, because sometimes things can be small, but they still feel like a mountain to us. It still feels too much to do. So it is making it so tiny, so easy, so predictable for our brain that
Yeah.
we know exactly how we're going to do it, and it's going to not take extra time. And on top of that, it feels good. To me, that's the best emotion that you can link it to, if it feels good. So okay, I tapped for 10 seconds. Actually, that felt really nice. And now I'm pouring my tea, and that's all I'm doing for today. But tomorrow, when you're pouring your tea, you could go, oh, I'm going to tap. Oh, I did 20 seconds today, or I did 12 seconds today. It doesn't matter. It's a little more than yesterday. I did it. That's the most important thing, even if it was the same as yesterday. And now I pour my tea. So if you link it to something that you already do, that to me is really helpful. Do it while the kettle's boiling, or
Oh,
while you wash your face in the morning, whatever it is, something that you guaranteed, pretty much guaranteed to do. Link this other little habit, especially well-being habits, a perfect time. You wait there for the kettle to boil. This is when I'm going to do my touching of my arms like this, or I'm going to give myself a deep pressure hug, or I'm going to do a little bit of tapping, or I'm going to do 3 deep breaths. Anything that you can do is better than nothing. So if you get to do one deep breath, that is going to help your nervous system. Our brain is constantly looking out for messages from our body. Yes, it looks in the environment, obviously sensory things that come in, but our internal body is constantly sending messages. We know that the vagus nerve, 80% of the messages travel through the vagus nerve from the body to the brain. So send those messages through the body and help your brain to feel calmer, I talk about the amygdala as the guard dog that's always on alert, looking out for danger. You're just soothing your guard dog and you're sending it that message to say, I'm in my body, I'm here, I'm safe. And
Yeah.
then it doesn't have to be on high alert.
So you talked about um linking it to feeling good.
Mm,
So sometimes you do something that you've decided is going to be your good habit, whatever it might be, and you're going through the motions.
yeah.
How do you how do you make sure it feels good?
I think sometimes reframing it. So here we might have to bring in the thinking brain more than just the feeling brain, but actually I said to somebody the other day, because he said, "Oh, I should go for a walk. I know it makes me feel good. I should go for a walk." I said to him, "What if you said to yourself, I'm choosing to go for a walk?" Okay, it might not be your favorite thing to do. I have to choose very consciously to go out when the weather's awful to walk the dog. It's not my favorite thing to do. I'd much rather stay inside. I know that that movement is going to do me good. So here's me rationalizing it. But when you've done that walk and you come in, really tune into your body. And no doubt you come in, and this happens to me every single time I do it, even though I might not have wanted to. You come in and you feel more settled in your body, and you feel maybe you've got a little bit more energy, or those racing thoughts have calmed down, or something's changed in your body, and really tune into how it feels. And that the next time I can kind of grab onto that and go, I know that I felt better. Okay, I'm going to go for that walk. And it doesn't have to be a big walk. It could just be those 3 deep breaths. There is breathing is the best way to reach your nervous system. When you
Mm,
make out breath longer than your in breath, it lowers your heart rate, your nervous system feels safer. You can't help but feel better with some of these things that you do, and almost taking that little pause and actually feeling what it feels like, and not just going, right, tick that off, done that, move on. It's actually, how does that make me feel? I want more of that feeling. So, and then I think once you bought into it because it feels good, then you don't only have to do it when you boil your tea in the morning. You'll sit at your desk and you'll kind of go, oh, I want that feeling. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to breathe. And you just then fit those little things in through your day, don't you? And that just makes it easier, because then you've bought into it. Your body wants to do those things.